The second U.S. Africa Leaders Summit was hosted by President Joe Biden in Washington, D.C., between December 13 and December 15. Alia Khalid Yisha, the bureau chief for the United States, analyzes the summit, the future of U.S.-Africa trade and investment relations, partnerships to finance African infrastructure and the energy transition, partnerships to strengthen food security and value chain, and partnerships to enable inclusive growth via technology were some of the topics they examined. Affluent Africa built on inclusive growth and sustainable development was also discussed, as well as an Africa of good governance, democracy, respect for human rights, justice, and the rule of law, a peaceful and secure Africa. When he stated that the development and prosperity of Africa were crucial to guaranteeing a better world, the summit's host, President Joe Biden, demonstrated the seriousness of the U.S. Africa Leaders Summit. The forum, according to Biden, was about establishing relationships, striking deals, and securing a common future. He was speaking to heads of state, executives from more than 300 enterprises, and leaders of regional and international organizations. We have long understood that a better future for all of us, not just for Africa, depends on the development and prosperity of Africa. Since my early years in the United States Senate as a young man, I have been actively involved in these concerns. I had the opportunity to travel to Africa frequently while serving on the Foreign Relations Committee as chairman of the Subcommittee on African Affairs. I traveled to practically all of your nations with President Obama as my running mate. I convened the inaugural U.S. Africa Leaders Summit, which included the U.S. Africa Business Forum. We could clearly see the huge potential that, if we worked together, we could unlock, and hosting the first of its kind summit in 2014 was a turning point. For forging new types of alliances between our countries, alliances that do not generate reliance or political obligation but rather shared success, I stress shared success and opportunity. Because the United States benefits when Africa succeeds, truthfully, success is found throughout the entire world. 8 years have passed since the initial summit, he said, and a lot has changed in the world. We're still coping with a terrible virus, overcoming war and instability, addressing global economic issues, combating rising food prices, and dealing with the effects of climate change. And every one of these crises has only highlighted how crucial it is for African nations and people to solve the global issues that fuel our advancement as a species, he added. Without African leadership present at the table, according to Biden, these problems cannot be resolved. I'm not trying to be pleasant, that's a fact. African ideas and ingenuity are shaping the solutions, and the population of Africa is participating in every step.